Hi, fifth grade. We're going to do a Figure Me Out page today in math. So it looks a lot like the Math About Me page that we did yesterday, where you're just going to have to click inside the boxes and type your answer. And I'm going to show you how to do a few of them on my whiteboard here, and you can go ahead and fill in the answers as we go on your page. So we're going to start out with the birth month box that I have clicked in here right now. Our problem is 66 divided by 6. So I'm going to pull up the camera where you can see me a little better. Here's my problem I have written down on the whiteboard. 66 divided by 6. Remember, we're going to use an area model like we learned how to do last year in 4th grade. So I'm going to draw my box. 66 is going to go inside. The 6 is going to go here on the outside, and since the 66 has two place values, we have the ones place and the tens place, I'm going to divide my box into two parts, one for the tens place and one for the ones place. First thing I do in a division problem is I divide. So I'm going to write my little division symbol up here. So I'm dividing the 6 into that first place value, which is the tens place. So 6 tens would make 60. How many groups of 6 could I put into 60? So let's see. My 6's, I know 6 times 1. Well, that's way too small. No, we're close to 60, so I'm going to jump up a little bit. 6 times 8 would be 48. Oh, I'm getting closer, but I'm not quite close enough. Let's jump up to 6 times 9. 54. Oh, I'm even closer, but still not close enough. There we go. 6 times 10 is 60. So next step is to multiply. After I'm going to put my 10 here, which was how many groups of 6 I needed to make 60. Now I'm going to multiply the 10 times the 6 to get 60. Write it there. Next I'm going to subtract. So 66 minus 60 would give me a 6. And then the last step is to bring it over. So I'm going to bring that over to my next box here. So I have 6 ones here. How many groups of 6 could I put into a group of 6? Well, just one. So I'm going to put a 1 up above that box. Now I multiply. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0, and I do not have another box to bring it over, so I'm done dividing. Now my last step is going to be to add those two numbers that I got up at the top together. So I have a 10 and a 1. I add that together to get an answer of 11. So I'm going to switch back over here to where we can see our paper. So I'm going to type in 11 there as my answer. And then I'm going to go ahead and erase my problem so we can move on to the next one. We're going to do birth year next. So I have a multiplication problem here. 661 times 3. I'm going to write that on my whiteboard and then switch my screen. We're trying to find my birth year. Okay, so remember in 4th grade, we can do the area model with multiplication. I'm going to draw my box. It's a 3 by 1, so since I only have one place value here, it's just going to be one level of boxes. Then I've got 1, 2, 3 place values. I'm going to divide my box into 3 parts. My 3 goes out here to the outside. Then I'm going to take that big number and write it in expanded form across the top of my boxes. So 6 in the hundreds place, that would be 600. Plus a 6 in the tens place, 60, plus a 1 in the ones place is just a 1. Now I'm ready to multiply. So I'm going to take my top number times the number on the outside. So 6 times 3 is 1800. 600 times 3 is 1800. Remember, if I can't remember what 600 times 3 is, I could do 600 3 times down here at the bottom if I wanted to. Now 60 times 3 be 6 times 3 is 18. Add that 0 is 180. And then 1 times 3 is 3. Now my last step is to take these numbers inside my box. I'm going to add them together. Eight plus 1 is 9. So Miss Phillips, I was born in the year 1983. I'm going to switch back over here to our box, and then we can type our answer there. Okay, the last one we're going to do together are the letters in my name. So I'm going to scroll over here. Oh, whoops. Where did it go? Sorry about that, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, letters in my name. It is adding fractions with the same denominators problem. So my problem is 21 fifths plus 4 fifths. I'm going to switch where you guys can see my whiteboard. Now we are looking over to notice that the 5s in my denominators are the same. I have common denominators here. So we know when we have common denominators in fractions that our denominator is going to stay the same. My 5 does not change. It stays the same. Now I can go up to the numerator at the top and add those two numbers together. So I have a 21 plus a 4. 21 plus 4 would be 25. Now, we're trying to figure out how many letters are in my name, and it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for it to be 25 fifths. So let's think about this. It looks like I might be able to simplify this fraction. So what could I divide both the top and the bottom by to make these numbers smaller? Well, they both have a 5 in the number. That probably means that they're both multiples of 5. So what if I divided them both by 5? Let's see what we get. 25 divided by 5 is 5. I'm running out of room here. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. So 5 over 1, that's the same as saying 5 divided by 1, which is 5. So I have 5 letters in my first name. We're going to click back over where we can see that box, and I'm going to put a 5 there. Okay, now that's all the examples that I'm going to do with you. But what I do want you to do is when you work the other problems, if you could please take a picture of your work and send it to me, or that's probably going to be the easiest thing. Then I'd like to just kind of see where you guys are at on what you remember from last year in 4th grade. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Bye guys. See you later.